A majority of cars that are broken into are left unlocked, and valuables are left in plain sight, like this GPS or even these keys here. In the US, a car gets broken into every 7.5 hours. Backpacks are a great way to carry around school supplies, but they're also a great way to sneak in other things, like weapons and even drugs. The National Health Association says you should wash your hands thoroughly for about a minute, using a lot of soap and scrubbing hard, especially between the fingers. When you're finished, rinse off well, but don't touch the sink. Leave the water running, grab a paper towel, use that to wipe off your hands, and then use the same paper towel to turn off the water. As you can see, there's construction going on behind me, which means it's an extra 10-minute walk for students. Some are upset, while others are pretty happy because of the end result, which will look like this. Although crime rates are low here in Rexburg, campus police say you should always lock your bike when you're on campus. Even if you're just gone for 5 minutes, that's easily enough time for someone to walk up and take your bike away. It's a night to party, but while the parties are impressive, the statistics are as well. Over the 2006 New Year holiday, Missouri had over 1,100 traffic crashes, over 450 were injured, and 8 people were killed. Alcohol played a part in over 20% of those fatal and injury accidents. Highway Patrol says that every 10 minutes, one person dies during the New Year holiday. This New Year's Eve, the Highway Patrol plans to have plenty of men on the streets.
And that's where the officers actually run the sobriety checkpoints and the saturations and the speed enforcement. We let the public know that we are going to be out there in full force.
To get a feel of how drinking can impair driving, Captain Hull let me borrow some drunk goggles to drive around in. Here I am driving in a straight line without the goggles. Now look and see how much of a difference it makes when I have the goggles on. I swerve to the right and barely miss the curve. These goggles represent a blood alcohol level of about 0.13, which is 5 points above the legal limit.
It was a devastation to the family, of course, and it was a senseless death.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving spokesperson Robbie Pace Portright lost a brother to a drunk driver back in 2002. The tragedy led her to work to keep impaired drivers off the roads.
And I think that if that person would have thought about driving a car under the influence, he could have saved not only my brother's life, but not injure anyone else's.
Every month, Pace Portright speaks to those caught drinking and driving. She hopes her message will keep other families from going through what her family did. In Jefferson City, Sasha Zimmerman Lopez, KRCG News. I'm here at the Legacy Flight Museum in Rexburg, getting ready to go up in the sky for you guys. While Ryan was on the ground, I was able to go up in the air on a Cessna Bird Dog. These planes were used in Vietnam to fly low above the ground to spy on the enemy. The Bird Dog can actually get down to 40 miles an hour and about 10 feet off the ground. While those that came to the fly-in were not able to see an air show with pilots performing stunts, this year, many were able to buy rides in planes and helicopters. If you danced on the ground or went up in the air, it was an event that the Legacy Flight Museum made exciting and fun for all that attended. At the Rexburg Airport, this has been Sasha Zimmerman, in the air. Sprouts grown in Germany are the likely source for an E. coli outbreak that has killed 22 people. There's a direct link between a company in the town of Beinenbüttel and people getting sick. The firm has been shut down and its products have been recalled. It's not immediately clear how the E. coli strain may have gotten into the sprouts. No E. coli has been found in the company, but authorities say the infection may have taken place too long ago to be found at the company itself. Go to a fast food restaurant and you know kids love the toys and so-called Happy Meals. But in San Francisco, lawmakers want to get rid of the toys. They voted 8-3 to ban giveaways in kids' meals that don't meet nutritional standards set by the city. If the bill becomes law, kids would only get a toy if the meal meets the following guidelines. It must be less than 600 calories with reduced sodium, fat, and sugar. It must also include a fruit and vegetable. The National Restaurant Association, which represents fast food chains, is against the proposed toy ban. They say the toy is not the cause of children being overweight. A final vote is set for next week. Well, his real name is Shadow, but they're calling him Superdog. The 6-month-old rescue puppy was ripped out of the Carabana's house during the tornado. After searching everywhere and several sleepless nights later, Shadow finally turned up Saturday morning without a scratch.
He was found 200 yards away underneath the roof of a house that was destroyed. Shadow's role in the family is extra special since he was a gift for the Caravana's little girl.
La seguridad de la universidad dice que siempre debes tener candado en tu bicicleta, aun si solo estás ausente por 5 minutos. Eso es suficiente tiempo para que alguien venga y saque tu bicicleta. La mayoría de los coches que son robados están dejados abiertos, sin la cerradura, con objetos de valor a la vista, por ejemplo, este GPS o estas llaves. En los Estados Unidos, cada 7 horas y media, un coche es robado. Como pueden ver, hay construcción a mi espalda. Eso significa un demoro para estudiantes para llegar a sus clases, pero algunos están felices por el resultado que va a haber al final.